All right. Y'all know what time it is, man. Back with another one. You feel what I'm saying? Reactions going crazy, coming consistent. We on the 30-day run, 90 videos in 30 days. We might go for more, you know what I'm saying? Depending on how it's going, you feel me? But with that being said, man, we're gonna go ahead and check out this video, see what's going on with it. Subscribe.
Nobody wins when the family feels. But my trying to be wrong. Michael Mary's on, nigga. I'm clearly on my shit. Chain gang flow, even the G, know I'm lit. My jeans, pound, click, clack gang. Ain't no fucking with the team. Fuck you niggas mean, like I ain't got it by the neck, like I ain't.
I would say, I ain't gonna cap. That shit was low key hard, but it was on some Cali shit for this to be Kansas City.
They say the power of the tongue. It's power of the tongue. It's like this most powerful weapon in the world.
The tongue is the most powerful.
The
tongue is the most powerful weapon in the world. That nigga just fucked that shit all the way up.
He was rapping, I'm sure, at a young age. You know, I guess in a sense, it kind of caught up with you later in life. Yeah, like for instance, like back in 2007, I seen that you were arrested for murder. Yeah.
Thank you. We're following breaking news now. The holiday weekend already off to a violent start. A man is dead after a shooting just off the I-70 exit ramp to Van Brunt.
Officers say they were in the area right around 6:30 when they heard gunshots. They were directed to a parking lot of a nearby car wash. Officers believe the victim either drove there or rolled there after being shot, but they were not able to save his life. Police are looking now for anyone who saw what happened and are checking nearby cameras for clues.
The younger you are, it's probably best to try to live an honest life out the gate, because no matter what, your past gonna get up with you. We just gotta chalk it up as life. Regardless, we all gotta pay that price. Family, today,
this nigga spitting. Hold on. This nigga rhyming and shit.
It's gonna get up with you. We just gotta chalk it up as life. Regardless, we all gotta pay that price. Family, today, we talk about a man who was arrested 8 times in 3 years. And on the 9th time he was arrested, he did 9 years in the FEDS and the RICO, which we'll later discuss with his alleged gang. Apparently, because he kept getting out of jail on his state charges. We talking about the same man who was shot in the head immediately after visiting his co-defendant in jail to explain why he was home and he wasn't. A man who overcame all that.
Oh shit. That sound like a setup to me. This nigga talking about why his co-defendant was in jail and he wasn't. They definitely trying to figure out if you told, bruh. You should not. That's the wrong move to make, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. Whether you was telling or not, it'll come out in the end. But going to see somebody in a situation like that, boy, that's a back door waiting.
Still be gunned down at 37 at his local car wash. You see what I mean by your past gonna get up with you? So before we go over this one, remember, I don't give you no angle. I just give you the story. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We'll jump right to it. Born in the 80s in Kansas City, Missouri, was a kid who go by the
crack baby. I'm sorry. Every time that shit happened, brother, it just stuck in my head, but I gotta do it, bro. R.P. Dolph, bro. R.P. Dolph. That was random, but
name of Kevion Bayford, also known by his rap stage name as Two Guns Keevy. Two Guns Keevy mom had him while she was just a teenager herself. According to Two Gun Keevy, he jumped in the streets at around 15 or 16. The Kansas City, Missouri rapper said he started rapping with his cousin in his aunt's basement in 2003. He said he took it lightly at first, but when he got arrested and charged with second-degree M in 2008, which we'll later discuss, he said he bonded out and dropped his first project, Rats and Rap Cats. And then he got shot in his mouth 6 months later and dropped his second album, Legend himself. Two Gun Keevy first run-in with the law was on November 11, 2007. He was arrested for M based on a shooting from a vehicle.
I ain't gonna lie, whatever he said on that first mixtape definitely got him shot in the mouth, because he said some wild shit. They trying to get you knocked off. Whoever your ops is not playing.
Following a disturbance at a Kansas nightclub. Surveillance at the nightclub, witness statements, and a police chase and crash of a shooting suspect vehicle, which led to the rapper arrest. Now his co-defendant was Richard Cooper. In 2013, he ended up getting life behind that shooting.
I was just gonna say that mugshot so damn old. We know he ain't get out. God damn.
And his friend ended up coming out to expose Two Gun Keevy. But before we go over that, I couldn't confirm or deny this. But according to the rapper, he pled in a lesser charge for that case. And he spoke on that on a platform, Views from the Art. Check it out.
Yeah, so certain things that you was rapping on, I'm sure at a young age, you know, I guess in a sense, it kind of caught up with you later in life. Yeah, like for instance, like back in 2007, I seen that you were arrested for murder.
Yeah. Some homeboy shit. I was riding with my brother. We pulled up at this moment and we was going to, I think we was going to get his baby mama from work. We was doing something. I don't know what we was doing. But we was coming to the stop sign to get on the highway. The police was in front of us, you know what I'm saying? But I'm assuming he seen us, because I forgot his name, but we knew who he was, he knew who we was, you know what I'm saying? Like, I knew the police officer and shit, and he knew us. So he must have seen us, that's the only thing I could assume. But he go through the line like, cool, police gone, like, we ain't gotta worry about that shit. When the light turned green, we get on the highway. When we get on the highway, this nigga basically been cocked ace dudes, parked his police car, hit the sirens, and basically waving us down, like pull over, you know what I'm saying? Knowing what I know now is probably because he seen me or seen him, and he like, oh, they got a warrant for murder or whatever, so, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna go ahead and get them now. I'm not knowing what the fuck it was, you know what I'm saying? I know we got some weed in here, you know what I'm saying? We ain't got no license and shit, so I tell my brother, I'm like, go. Long story short, we had a high speed and shit. End up wrecking the car, you know what I'm saying, get out, run, get all the way to the house. I guess some lady that seen us wreck, you know what I'm saying, followed us to the house. So by the time we get to the house, we thinking we
default, bro. Oh my God. I was trying to let him finish telling the story. But bro, I understand this keep the community safe shit. But bro, if that shit don't got nothing to do with you, mind your fucking business, shawty. God damn. Talking about seen her wreck the car, followed them to the crib. Like, if you want to do all that shit, be a fucking police officer, bro. What the fuck is you doing? But with that being said, bro, if y'all niggas gonna get on a high speed and this, that, and third, I know it's hard to control a car at high speed. I don't understand how 99.9% of y'all niggas wreck the car. If y'all niggas can't drive, don't fucking do it, bro. Regardless, don't do it. What the fuck?
got free. About 5 minutes later, helicopters and shit pulling up, all type of police coming and shit. So we end up going to jail. We go to jail. I'm like, shit, you know what I mean? You do a 24-hour investigation. It's like, shit, they gotta let us go. So after 24 hours is up, you know what I'm saying? They told my brother, like, you go. I'm like, shit, I came with him. I can go too. They like, nah, you can't go. I'm like, why not? Like, all right, we got you. Second-degree murder, $250,000 bond, you know what I'm saying, all type of shit. And it just blew me because I'm just
your ass got to come up with that 25 bands or else your ass gonna sit till trial, boy. Well, I mean, it depends. I don't know where they at. Some states is 10%, some is 30, some, you know what I'm saying? Your ass got to come with the full thing. They ain't trying to let nobody out. I don't know.
How the fuck, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't, you know what I'm saying? I didn't get caught nowhere. I wasn't around nobody. So, you know what I mean? You know how that shit go. Somebody had to tell on somebody.
Type shit. Now, I would assume that shit charges the drop.
No, so what I did was the dumbest shit. And that was the first thing that I feel like when I look at my life, like, that I probably just didn't know no better. I should have went to trial. I could have went to trial and beat it, you know what I'm saying? I was trying to get him to drop the charges, you know what I'm saying? My lawyer wanted an extra 10 grand to go to trial, you know what I'm saying? I paid him $7,500, you know what I'm saying? He said we could plead out at $7,500. So what we did was we played out on unlawful use of a firearm, you know what I'm saying? Some bullshit charge, 3 years probation with like a 15-year backup, you know what I'm saying? And that's another thing, man, I had to learn the hard way, man. Nigga be so pressed about getting up out of jail
God damn.
that you would just take whatever. They tell you can go home. We'll give you 40 years probation. You like, fuck it, I'll take it. You know what I'm saying? You go home. Man.
He ain't lying. I know somebody, bro. This nigga go to jail every like 3 months, right, bro? I don't know why or how, but this nigga he just always doing some dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? He just a habitual criminal. They gave this nigga like 20 years probation or some shit like that. And he took it. And I'm just like, bro, your ass ain't gonna last 2 months, let alone 20 years. You finna do that whole thing, bro.
That shit'll come back and bite you in the ass later.
Now that's important because the following year, on November 24th, 2008, while Two Gun Keevee was out on bond, he ended up visiting his co-defendant. Immediately after leaving the jail, he was shot in his mouth and he ended up surviving. This is what he had to say.
See my homeboy, we was on the same case, you know what I'm saying? I had bonded out, he was still in there. I went down there to visit him and shit, and
that shit was dumb.
just, you know what I mean? Because I know how this shit go. I was just in there, so, you know what I mean? I know when niggas come in through the visiting room, you see niggas and all that, and I made my way around to all the floors and shit, and just, you know, said what's up to the homie, said fuck you to the ops, you know what I mean? Did all type of honorary shit. And then I stayed for 30 minutes visiting my nigga, so probably while I'm in here visiting him, somebody on the phone making a call, and when I left, just kind of, you know what I'm saying, I spent the block and checked my surroundings and shit, and I still think about that, because it's like, damn, if I would have just jumped right on the highway, you know what I'm saying, niggas probably would have been, you know what I mean, 20 seconds too late, you know what I'm saying, but I spent the block once and then spent it again and jumped on the highway, and it just happened like that, you know what I'm saying.
Now when Two Gun Keevee got shot, while in the hospital bed, he stated the following to officers in regards to who shot him. Quote, even if I knew who shot me, I would not prosecute because I'm not a snitch or a rat, and I do not associate with rats, and my gang has kicked out rats in the past. He mentioned...
Okay, first of all, you telling right there, you just told yourself saying you in the gang and this, that, and the third. But if you're not gonna say nothing, just don't say nothing. Say, I don't know, and keep it pushing. Why do you gotta say all that extra shit? Nigga,
he had been shot
and everybody
times.
I know who be like, oh, I ain't no snitch, I ain't no da-da-da-da-da-da. You tell, bro. They tell. Anybody who be like, oh, I ain't no snitch, I ain't no rat, I ain't gonna they tell, bro. They tell. They always gonna tell in the end, bro.
And that he was going to end the gang life so he didn't get shot and wouldn't have to shoot anyone else. Now, someone close to his co-defendant has spoke on that years later in 2013. Check it out.
Sure, Rick them good, you know what I mean? Make sure they straight. Keevee made a statement. Keevee made a statement. And his statement, word beta, is all I see was a chop with a banana clip and somebody with dreadlocks. Yeah.
This nigga said word beta, but I think he meant verbatim. That's what happens when these uneducated niggas try to use big ass words. But I don't know. I mean, and that's just going off of what the caption say, because I could be wrong, but I think he definitely mean verbatim. That nigga said word baited. I don't know what the fuck that is. I never heard of that a day in my life. Maybe that's some slang or some shit. I don't know. But it looked like he just told on his boy.
I understand the politics. Dion, the shade them, they already reaching out to me and trying to. Nah, I understand the politics. I know why he did it. You know what I mean? Y'all was trying to free. But what about my dog? What about Coop? He got 5 life sentences plus 5 50-year sentences, and they put the straps in that man's hand.
Damn, nigga, you got 5 life sentences, 5 50-year sentences. So, god damn, boy. God damn, boy, your ass ain't never coming home. That appeal definitely not going through.
That man was a college basketball player. Richard Cooper, he was like 23. He was a college basketball player, wrong, you know what I mean? But, so what happened was, the reason why it took so long for it to come out, and it's an old case from 07, Coop said in the county 10 years, he pleaded insanity. Jackson County, 10 years. Baking a crate, you know what I mean, doing all that so he could get his case back. He finally got slim. He been trying to go back and forth to court, sending me out here. I supposed to politic with this nigga. Two Gun supposed to do the right.
Right.
You know what I mean? Two Gun ain't worried about that. He ain't worried about that. So you know what I said? You know what? I see what See, it's a little secret. I'm from the trade. I grew up on the phone. Well, rip case is Google. It's Google on
so
Google.
It's all online.
It's on Google. Keeveon Bilford. Keevion Terrell Bilford.
Damn, he got the whole
Right now
name
on Google, and it's not just one case. See, people didn't know when they went to the feds because they all cousins and brothers and homies that was indicted together. So they didn't tell about all the. You type his name in on Google, the very first case is federal indictment. Why did they get indicted? Wasn't nobody snitching on them. They was young jits clout chasing. They had cameras, recording each other's, whipping up dope, recording, selling guns. It's all
telling on
on
yourself.
Google.
Right, so it's all there.
telling on themselves. Not only was they telling on themselves, they telling on other people too.
I did what I was supposed to do for my man's, because my man's gonna be in there forever.
They out
He's
of
never,
there.
ever coming home. You know what I mean? I did what I did, stayed in my peace, but I'm not about to go back and forth with a rat. Because if they try to disqualify that and his shit all on Google, tell Dion and Deshae to produce that paperwork on Tyrone Brown. You see what I'm saying? That y'all started that rumor on that boy all the way back in 07. I can't speak on nobody else.
Right.
I'm talking about that case that y'all put on Bird, Dion, Dio, and Deshae, and y'all still never produced paperwork over 13, 14 years. But y'all got the nerve to try to justify why somebody
It is a lot of picking and choosing, bro.
But after that second arrest,
If it is what it
between
is, but you can't
2009
pick
and
and choose.
2011, he was arrested 6 times. And every time, he had drugs and a firearm on him. But in February of 2011...
First of all, I see what he was saying in the beginning. How you keep getting out on all these random charges, bro? You gotta be working. You working. It don't make no sense, man.
After saying that the state can't do nothing with Two Gun Keevy, the feds had stepped in. Two Gun Keevy was one of 7 members of the alleged Click Clack gang who were charged in connection with the conspiracy to distribute CC and have illegal firearms. According to his indictment, the individuals identified themselves as part of the Trey Wall gang and also as members of the Click Clack gang, which is a smaller subset of those identified with the Trey Wall gang. Law enforcement investigation determined that the Trey Wall criminal street gang got its start at Central High School, which is on 33rd Street. The genesis of its name, the 3s from the Trey and the wall, is the reference to a virtual wall. They also say that the origin of the Click Clack game isn't as clear, but the name comes from the sound of the cocking of a firearm. They say it should be noted that in Kansas City, unlike in most other urban environments, it is not unusual for one person to claim one membership or be accepted as a member in multiple criminal street gangs. Now, he was sentenced to 12 years, but he only did 9. And when he came home, he dropped the biggest song of his career and mentioned the Click Clack gang once again. The song was released 4 years ago. It was titled Vent, with over 1 million views and counting.
Just trying to make that money back, a couple hundred stacks. Lost track a long time ago. Drove my mama crazy, but maybe.
Since the Kansas City rapper has been home, he made a number of music videos, dropped a number of projects, and he also did some interviews displaying his growth. But as we all know, fam, cause you change don't mean your enemy change. True. And of course, revenge don't have a date on it. Cause 4 years since being released, after having an attempt on his life, surviving a face shot, Friday, May 24th, 2024, at around 6:30 p.m., officers in the area of 31st and Van Burt Boulevard heard multiple gunshots near north. Officers indicated that a witness in the area directed them to a pickup truck at a nearby car wash. Inside, they found an adult male with an apparent gunshot wound and began to take life-saving measures as EMS arrived and took over. However, first responders said they were unable to save the victim, and on Saturday, he was identified as 37-year-old Keevion Beeford. May he rest in peace and love and condolences to his family. As of now, no one is arrested. A preliminary investigation found the shooting happened at an intersection just off the exit of eastbound 170.
Live by the gun, die by the gun,
Police said that the victim was unable to drive the short distance before the truck rolled into the car wash. The younger you are, it's probably best to try to live an honest life out the gate. Because no matter what, your past gonna get up with you. We just gotta chalk it up as life. Regardless, we all gotta pay that price. Family, today, we talk about a man who was arrested 8 times in 3 years. And on the 9th time he was arrested, he did 9 years in the feds and the RICO, which we'll later discuss with this alleged gang. Apparently, because he kept getting out of jail on his state charges. We talking about the same man who was shot in the head immediately after a very unfortunate situation. Revenge really don't have a date on it, man.
I don't think he meant to put that audio right there, because that audio was talking over the news clip and that shit don't make no sense.
A man who had to overcome every obstacle possible to still lose his life in the worst way, wanting to send love and prayers to his family and especially his kids. It's another example of why it's best, man, to try to live a good life out the gate. And like he said in this interview, if only I knew better when I was younger. As we all once said before,
Yeah.
Fam, this was the story of a Kansas City, Missouri rapper who was gunned down at his local car wash after being shot in the face, telling allegations, and serving 9 years in the feds.
You got to think about that, right? Boom. I don't know how old he was, but let's just say, well, it's 2020. He died in 2024. That was 07. So he was at least 30-something. He was 30-something. But you spent 9 years locked up in jail, bro. 9 years. That's a big portion of your life that's gone. For what, bro? You carrying guns and drugs. You getting caught with them, so you losing them. So you really doing it for no reason, bro. Like, what's really the reason besides living that life? It's crazy, but it's true. You feel what I'm saying? But with that being said, man, that's going to be that video, man. Like, comment, subscribe, and we gone.